coming from a query that in some districts of Zambia, health personnel are suffering to move patients from one place to the other. Hence the need for government, very good intention by the government, to buy ambulances for all the constituencies. So far, only 11 ambulances have been supplied, or 12, or somewhere there. We want to appreciate from your visitation, what is it that you saw? And are we able to have this contract serviced before the end of the contract expiry period?
This is Zambia Today Television, where stories unfold. Today, we bring you a shocking exposé of what can only be described as a scandal of national proportions, a story of broken promises, mismanagement, and dire consequences for our rural communities.
In addition to the PS, local government, the method used was limited bidding. And according to the Act, Section 42, you only use limited bidding when one, they have limited suppliers of the commodity, and two, the procurement is agent.
The Public Accounts Committee has uncovered a disturbing case of procurement irregularities involving the Ministry of Health and the Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency, or ZAMSA. K336 million of taxpayers' money gone, with only 11 ambulances delivered out of the promised 156.
I think ZAMSA, you come in terms of the method of procurement and why you proceeded to do limited bidding, but looking at the delivery period or the contract period does not, it's not correlating, because agency should also have a short delivery period, as it were. So PS, you can proceed.
The procurement for the 156 units of CDF ambulances or constituency ambulances was received by ZAMSA towards end of 2023 with a firm request from local government. The time that this request came with the agency that has been probably explained, and obviously with demonstrate capacity to engage in the execution of that contract. Then the next stage would be to seek authority from the relevant body.
The ambulances were supposed to be delivered by June 2024, but now the delivery deadline has been pushed to December 2024, and wait for this, possibly February 2025.
I'm even left with more questions than answers, because if you say you gave this contract 18 months, because that is the standard that ZAMSA has been using for all the contracts, it's a standard. So you subjected this particular procurement of 156 ambulances to the standard way of doing things at ZAMSA, and yet when it comes to the method of procurement, you went the express way. These two are at variance. Why should you go an express method of procurement and yet you make a standard contract of 18 months? So you are willing to wait for 1.5 years, but you use the shortcut to find the suppliers. Once you found the suppliers, then you come back to normal. What is the standard contract? 18 months. It's even more questions than answers, Chairperson. In short, the question still begs an answer. Why did you go the express way when after that you come back to default setting, standard, everything standard?
I'm referring to the document we got from ZAMSA, where it says that 16 bids were received. Is it possible that the controlling officer can provide the committee with evidence of the 16 bids that were received And the easiest would probably be to avail us some documents or just a checklist so that we see how you arrived at those two.
And the red flags don't stop there. ZAMSA awarded contracts to Ace Pharmaceuticals and Aqueous Investments, companies with no accreditation to supply Toyota Land Cruisers or provide after-sale services. Why not engage Toyota Zambia, the official supplier, to ensure quality and timely delivery? Critics are demanding answers.
You are dealing with people who understand those issues. Now I'm coming in to correct you. You are dealing with people who understand, we understand the background. So if you're saying what is important is a delivery period, have the ambulances been delivered?
They have been delivered in part, Mr. Chairman. What I was trying to say is that...
No, answer the question. You gave a contract of 168 million, okay, to one supplier. Let's say, for instance, Ace Pharmaceutical, for 16 to 20 weeks. Now the question is, has 78 ambulances been delivered?
No, they haven't.
So now how do you justify your submission to say delivery period is what's important? You can have a short, even suppliers will give you a short delivery period and fail to supply because they want to get the job. In your document, there's a delivery period which you want as a client. It's as simple as that. Who makes the solicitation document? It's a client. We want these specifications. We want ABCD. You want ABCD. So your supplier is just following what you put in your document. That's why we're asking those questions. First, you went for direct bidding. There's no issues of compatibility or what or scarce of. We are not buying ambulances for the first time. So those are questions we want you to answer, not you start telling us those issues of delivery and what is important. We know what is important. Our role, sir, is to ensure that those ambulances are delivered. That's why we're here. That's why we are interrogating the process you used. So you tell us adequate answers on what was the reason, what was the motivation. Okay? You can cite, no, we'll give an instruction is urgent. We've got this letter as evidence. We look at it, okay, fine, next stage. We are not saying it's allowable, can do direct bidding, but there should be grounds for us to for direct bidding to qualify. That's why we're asking you those questions, not to demean you, but want to understand. Okay? So please address those nitty-gritties and then we make progress.
The Permanent Secretary for Local Government even admitted that the 20-week delivery timeline was unrealistic from the start. So why was it approved? And why are rural communities paying the price for these avoidable delays?
23 CDF implementation guidelines, we did guide local authorities that they should put aside money for the purchase of ambulances. And that came at the backdrop of realizing that from the optimum 1,200 ambulances that needed to be available for service delivery in terms of health service, there were less than 200 at a time. So when we wrote to ZAMSA after procuring the necessary authority from Cabinet to use ZAMSA as a procuring entity, we did put a timeline in there that by June 2024, the ambulances needed to have been delivered. That was in 2023, I think around November thereabout, and that correspondence is there. So colleagues from ZAMSA, you can check that correspondence. I have it at the office. If you don't have it, I can make available. We did write and said June, the ambulances 2024 should be delivered. However, between November of 2023 and June 2024, Chair, there was a protracted process of this procurement of ambulances until it reached a point where we had to delink the two, the procurement under Ministry of Health for the 60 ambulances and the procurement under the Ministry of Local Government. And so when we delinked, at the point we are delinking, we had already lost quite some significant amount of time. And then in our discussion now, we said, can we ensure therefore that by December 31st, these ambulances are delivered?
Just a logistical issue, it's a life or death crisis. Every delayed ambulance means another patient left waiting, another life lost unnecessarily.
Middlemen to go to the suppliers. You used selected bidding. Why not go to Zambia? Why not go to Abron? That was our question. Why go to Karinga or to Gade? I think it's very simple. Just respond to that. Yes.
Thank you. Before you come in, PS, you can switch off your mic. Honorable Farali, you can proceed.
Chair, the intention by the government to procure these ambulances is a good one. But now, they gave this mandate to procure these ambulances to ZAMSA. Now the PS is telling us that now after all these waiting, they have discovered that due diligence gives them impossibilities on what the procurement staff did. My question to ZAMSA is, do you have the competencies in your ministry or in your company? Because if now that's when it's being discovered that an ambulance cannot be delivered within what you, then what were you doing? And on top of that, Chair, this where is the solicitation document for what we are talking about? Because even this, what you have given us, it's already expired. These are no longer even what this AMSA has given us a document here, which is a memorandum to Management Procurement Committee. We want what the things that are alive. This one is dead.
Has pledged to investigate these irregularities and hold those responsible to account. But the question remains, will justice prevail, or will this scandal be swept under the rug like so many others? At Zambia Today Television, we will stay on top of this story, keeping you informed every step of the way. Because here, where stories unfold, your voice matters. Thank you for watching.
We are happy. We want that to happen. That's why they are here, they are locals. They should benefit. But we have no traction. Therefore said locals are not performing.